us do some legal analysis. Let's talk about what is actually happening, because a lot of fear right now is coming from misunderstanding and timeline. So on December 16th, we saw a proclamation that made it sound like there will be a general pause on immigrant and non-migrant visas starting from January 1st, right? Non-migrant visas from certain categories. So there was no clear breakdown, just a broad announcement, right? And naturally, people panicked. Many persons assumed that immigration had completely stopped. But then, sometime in January, we started seeing something different. Instead of a blanket pause, we saw internal policy updates showing that the government is now applying stricter review to specific immigrant visa categories, particularly focusing on public charge concerns and certain countries. That shift is very important. It tells us that the system did not shut down. What changed is how cases are being reviewed, not whether immigration is happening at all. So now, immigrant visas are being looked at more carefully. Cases that raise public charge concerns may be paused or reviewed longer. But for categories that do not raise those concerns, impliedly, processing is still moving on. This is why we are seeing green cards being issued. Immigration did not stop. It tightened. The mistake I see is people treating the December proclamation as if it ended everything, when what we are actually seeing now is selective, stricter review, not a total ban. The takeaway is simple. Fear comes from headlines, but strategy comes from understanding how policy is actually being applied. So some persons now are strategically applying, seeking guidance so that they can build stronger cases, ensuring that they meet the threshold. I wish you all the best. I'm going to keep coming here to give tips and tricks, mistakes that I see people make. One of the biggest mistake that people are making from this now is not going into fight strategically and waiting. Some persons are waiting until this regime is over. They're like, let this regime be over. Life is not a straight line graph. That's why the best advice we give to people is, if your category is open, if there's a category you feel that you fit into, consult with an immigration attorney and file. Because the earlier you file, the better.